JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is one of my absolute favorite series of all time. It's just absolutely insane, off-the-wall shenanigans the entire way through. It has some very interesting power systems with a lot of potential for some very fantastic fights throughout, and we haven't even made it all the way through the series yet. It remains to be seen how many parts there will be, but I think right now we're on part 9? 9 or 10? Is it 10 already? I forget, because it's... I always forget where to start, because 5 is Golden Wind, then we've got Stone Ocean, Steel Ball Run, JoJoly, and then JoJo Lands. In any case, doesn't matter how many there are. There's a lot of JoJo, and there's a lot of JoJos. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about it today. More particularly, the next part that's going to be coming out, Steel Ball Run. Steel Ball Run is my favorite of the JoJo parts, I believe. That's honestly kind of difficult for me to say, just because I love all of them so much. Yes, including part 1. I like part 1. It's really good. It's different from the rest of the series. Not like a ton different, but it's clearly getting its footing, and it's got some other inspirations going on, but it's excellent, okay? You should watch it anyways. It's short. It's not even all that much of a time sink. If you're gonna watch the rest of the show, you should at least watch part 1. It's only half of the first season. In any case, JoJo's is great, and Steel Ball Run, the next part, is likely going to have its anime adaptation announced at JoJo Day this year. I think it's in April 12th, if I remember correctly. Previous adaptations for different parts of JoJo's have been announced at similar events. So it's very, very likely that we're going to see some kind of teaser, or at least an announcement that they're working on it here. The main thing I'm thinking about when it comes to this part are two things, actually. The main things, rather. First of all, a lot of people have been talking about difficulty animating horses, because the entire thing, spoiler alert for those who haven't read it yet, the entire thing is a cross-country horse race from California to New York City. So there's a lot of horses and horse racing that is going to be going on this season. I don't honestly share a lot of those worries. I think people are overreacting a little bit to it. All I need is some very cool fight scenes. You know, go all out on the Sakuga and I'll be happy. The other thing that I actually have on my mind more prevalently is exactly how this season is going to be received by the wider community. I wasn't reading in real time as the manga of Steel Ball Run came out, so I wasn't really online to see the discourse at that point, and I haven't really gone too deep into it since then. But the villain of Steel Ball Run is, again, big spoilers for anybody who hasn't read it, the villain of Steel Ball Run is the President of the United States, Funny Valentine. And in contrast to the other parts of JoJo, who have some excellent villains, by the way. The villains are fantastic. I love them. They got some really good villains. But we've got like a vampire who's crazy and has family trauma. We've got some ancient beings who are trying to usurp humanity and their own species, actually. We got like a serial killer. We got a mafia kingpin guy. Like, we've got a nice spread of villains, of kinds of villains. But they're all just they're just villains, right? They have a lot of depth behind them, don't get me wrong, but they are all in positions and portrayed as people who you would expect to be villains. But then you get to Steel Ball Run, and you've got the President of the United States, who in the finale, again, big spoilers, in the finale has the ability to not take damage, because all the damage he would take is redirected to different people or places around the globe and across dimensions. Like, really, it feels like almost kinda out of nowhere, at least if you're looking at it from a broader series perspective, that we go from just villain who does villain things to the President of the United States who does bad things in a scathing indictment of US foreign policy. Honestly, it feels very, very pointed. There's a lot of other things going on in the story, of course, and it doesn't feel like it comes out of nowhere when you're reading, because, you know, they build up to that. That's the whole point of reading and watching along with the story. It builds to places. and there are themes going on in the story, etc. So it's not really out of nowhere. Just from a broader series perspective, it seems interesting to make that choice. So I just wonder how, in the current turbulent political environment, shall I say, how that series is going to be received and what kind of discourse is going to be happening online. I just wonder if things have changed somewhat and how people are going to receive this when compared to how it was previously received when it was coming out in the manga. That remains to be seen, though. I will be watching along with it. I thoroughly enjoyed Steel Ball Run, both the political commentary that seems to be built in there, as well as the regular JoJo action. It's a very nice re-beginning for the series, I suppose, since we're now in the new universe, and we've got a whole new thing going on here. Of course, I'm also reading along now with JoJo Lands. This is the first part I'm reading as it's coming out, and it's very, very fun. I've been reading it since it began. I'm excited to see if we get any more information about the rock humans. I am still a little bit sad that we lose most of everything about Spin after Steel Ball Run. That's a little bit of a shame. You know, same thing basically happened with Hamon after parts 1 and 2, so I guess it's not exactly outside of what I should have expected. But still, I'd like to see more of it. So, what do you guys think? Is Steel Ball Run going to have some explosive public reception? Or am I just thinking too hard about it and I'm too concerned about the political climate right now? That's also very possible. Let me know. Are you guys reading JoJo Lands too? Would you like to see me talk about that at all? Honestly, I'd be very down for it. I've been considering putting out like chapter reviews almost, or chapter summaries. But in any case, that's all I have to say about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure today. If you haven't watched it, pick it up. If you haven't read Steel Ball Run, maybe, I don't know, wait until April and see when it's coming out and then maybe read it or maybe wait. I don't know. It's not up to me to tell you what to do. Either way, I will see you all in 2 weeks with my next video. So, until then, have a good one.